Hello everyone! Fourth night technically in a row because it's the fourth stream I'm doing without anyone else doing a stream, which feels like it shouldn't be my turn. But I'm still here. Welcome to the Give Me Holy Air Wrestling Podcast. My name's Dan. It's the one before Christmas and we haven't got much announced for it yet. We've got Street Profits versus the Judgment Day. We've got Dexter Lumis versus The Miz in a ladder match for the money that Miz owes Dexter Lumis. And we've got our thumbnail, Becky Lynch, who's going one-on-one with Bayley. I'll see you in a second.
This is the hardcore legend, Mick Foley. Well, hello and welcome to Give Me a Holy Yeah. I hope everyone there, right there in Yorkshire, is having a nice day. Bang, bang. Have a nice day. Yeah.
How's everyone doing then? It's going to feel like a struggle for me tonight because I was up quite late with my work Christmas party last night. And the night before, obviously, I was doing SmackDown. So it's just felt like a couple of really long days back to back with work in the middle as well. But I'm still here. I'm still going to be covering Monday Night Raw for you guys. Let's get through a couple of comments. I saw about Sassy. Sorry that she's not feeling very well. That's not a problem. We do hope you get better soon. We don't want you to be ill over Christmas or anything like that. Michael, yep. So we love you. Hope you feel better too. And prayers that you get relief from Noma. Is that John Lennon in your picture? Looks like it. Yeah, I think so. Oh. Got Jack. How are we doing, Jack? Try not to be, but if you see me tad deflated, it's a friend's funeral. Yeah, I'll give her a shout. I think it was the one that you got me to do a shout out for on SmackDown, if I remember rightly. Need to be up in 6 hours. If you need to go, don't you go. Don't worry about it. I've got my tablet, I've got laptop, and I've got my phone, so I can moderate and manage everything else if needed. Yeah, we're sending love your way, Jack. It's always tough. Yeah, it is always tough. Yeah, was it your tutor or something? I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I did. If you go back and watch, I did give a shout out. You might have seen it when you was watching the other day. I'm just going to get my tablet ready to start the show. That one. BT Sport. Yeah, 35 we're so young, it just makes you realise how precious life is. I've only turned 34 this year, so I know I'm not that far off. The same sort of age. Come on. Oh, what did he change it to? Don't update the password. That one. Save. So it looks like we're starting off with Paul Heyman, Zeech Arbel Chiefs, big guy. Let's see what he's got to say. So is it Wildman saying that Roman's going to be turning up tonight? So, yep. Head of the table is on Monday Night Raw. I'll get to the comments in a second, guys. So I've got Roman sat backstage. Roman's talking about Kevin Owens. So Roman saying that Kevin Owens is trying to crash the island of relevancy. Now saying about John Cena. Roman saying that is good. Kevin Owens and John Cena is going to need the full Raw locker room. So Roman's saying that he's going to show the resources that he's got. Roman saying he's going to make the Kevin Owens' life live in hell. He's going to make sure everyone acknowledges the Bloodline. We've got the Usos in the back. Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn. It looks like they're taking people out backstage in a different area. So, oh no, not Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali's been the one dropped out, being attacked backstage. There we go. There's the intro. So let's get through the comments. How are we doing, Michael? Yes, that one. Hey, Dan the man. I do try. Yep, we do hope you feel better, Sassy. Chota's sister, yeah. I knew it was something to do with your Chota. I couldn't remember exactly, Jack. But yeah, we send our condolences to her family, yourself, obviously memories for her. And you grew up in history class, went to Berlin together. I bet that was nice. We got We Rally in. How are we doing, We Rally? Aaron, how are you doing? I had to drag my ass out of bed after a nap just to sort of try and get a couple of hours sleep after last night. Well, it's quite good. Becky versus Bayley first match for 3 years. It's also your birthday. Pretty crap when you've got a flow on your birthday. Happy birthday, We Rally Sport. I mean, I'm not the type to sing happy birthday, but I may, if enough people can, let me have a look. Let's see what's the video at. Come on. What have we got on the video at the minute? We've got 6 likes at the minute. If we can make it to 15 likes by halfway through, I'll sing happy birthday to you, Wee Rally. How's that sound? So if you want me to sing happy birthday to Wee Rally, you've got to get the video shared out, get people liking it. Jack saying happy birthday, Michael saying happy birthday. Don't think Bayley and Becky won't have a finish. I'm expecting Damage Control to get involved in some way. Maybe Bianca Belair, something like that, to try and even the odds. And then we've got the winner take all ladder match. Dexter Lumis versus The Miz. I'm expecting Gargano to maybe appear. We've got my mum in as well. Hello, mother. How are you doing? Even my mum's saying happy birthday to you, Wee Rally, which is quite nice because she's all the way in America. She didn't have to, but she's nice. Your cat's breath is powerful. Is it like Superman's sort of freezing breath? Or is it like a dragon's hot breath? Thanks, Michael. So, how are we doing, Jack? Hello, Mrs. Dan's mum. Yeah. Thanks, Debbie. So, I'm going to get a poll start. A judge and day profits. I presume you're already in chat, Hassan, but we are getting the poll ready for you. Don't worry. The street profits. Oh, who have you got? It's in chat now. So there we go. Let's have a look. So here's a question: How do you blow out? How do dragons blow out candles? Well, they can breathe normally, can't they? They're not always breathing fire, as far as I know, anyway. Yeah, you would say that, mother. Judgment Day's growing on Dom ever since Dom joined, says Michael. I don't think that it's given them something and a bit of an edge, and they've got a person to really build. I mean, Damien Priest was doing well on his own. Balor was always going to be doing well on his own. Rhea Ripley was always going to be doing well on her own. But having Dom in there, it's like a focal point of this is the person that we're trying to build. So it's very, very cleverly done where that is the whole point of the faction. Dominic's stock since joining after turning heel has obviously gone up. Damien Priest, I don't think he's any higher up the card, but I think it's giving him chance to show his good work rate, his skill on the mic, as well as in ring ability. Balor's stock, I think, in total probably has dropped, but is at the age now where he's done pretty much everything he needs to. So what if he doesn't mind dropping down the card to bring other people up to him in terms of skill level? So I've got Montez Ford versus Damien Priest starting the match off. Them shoes are bright that Montez is wearing. They are what I would call big bed yellow from Sesame Street. Jack's agreeing. Did we see the dude drop treat? She's not dead, don't worry. Where the hell is she? Yeah. So we're getting a little picture in picture. Bloodline backstage. Are they taking Elias out? They've got a guitar in the backstage area. So we're getting a solo Sokoa performance with the guitar. Destroying the guitar on the back of I can't see what it was, but I presume with obviously the guitar reference it could probably be Elias. But yeah, I'm hoping Piper Niven repackage or Viper Niven, which used on the Indies and in Eve in the UK. Um, brilliant, brilliant performer, but just has not been utilised to the best sort of the ability. What if it goes into the Hall of Fame next year? It'll be a travesty. I don't think it should. It should realistically ever go into the Hall of Fame because of what he's done and be, unless it gets proven that it's all false, which is not going to be false, is it? Good evening, Michael. How are you doing, good sir? Domsfee is your favourite Judgment Day member. Yeah. I mean, we judge him every single day that we see him, don't we? In a good way, though. And Griff Dog's in. How are you doing, Griff Dog? How was your weekend? Is it a joke, Jack? What was David Bowie's favourite Christmas treat? I don't know. What was David Bowie's favourite Christmas treat, Jack? I'm doing alright, Griff Dog. How was your weekend? And how was everyone else's weekend? Anything exciting happen? We've just gone to commercial break, so while we're on commercial break, I had my Ziggy pudding. That's a good one. I was never David Bowie's biggest fan, but I do appreciate the music. But yeah, it's not someone that I would choose to put on. Whoever thought the Doudrop name should be hanged, yep, it was garbage. Almost as bad as the Nikki ASH Capola. Nikki ASH was actually Nikki Cross's own idea. She wanted to try something different to try and build character work, so she went to Vince with the idea, and Vince signed it off and said, "Yeah, it's fine, we'll try that." And that's why we got the Nikki ASH. It worked for a little while, and then it quickly went off a cliff after she won, because it felt like she was just being pushed ridiculously. Oh, that's not good, Griff Dog. 100-degree fever. Is that when you go really hot and then really cold? Every sort of few minutes, even though you've got multiple layers of clothing on or you're in bed, because that's the worst. You're laid in bed shivering but sweating as well. It's ridiculous. It's annoying. But yeah, I had my Christmas sort of staff night out yesterday. Um, there was two different sort of shops that got together. My shop in Hull and then the York shop got together. We had a load of pizza. We did an escape room and then a few drinks afterwards. I was driving, so I didn't actually touch a drink, but it was still a long night because I'd been at work since 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get home again until gone sort of 1:15, 1:30 in the morning. So sort of same time as I'm back in, same time as it is now. And then I had to be up again at half 7 to go to work. I was at work for 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock tonight, and then a couple of hours sleep back up again to come into the Monday Night Raw. So Jack did nothing big at the weekend. Also, all the Avatar tour was very much down death. It worked break even. I didn't even rate the first one. In all honesty, the technology and the CGI effects was brilliant. You can't deny it. But in terms of the film story, it was. I thought Nikki and Doudrop would be a very interesting tag team. I think there was at one point. There was for a very short period, I think, before he dropped the character and Doudrop disappeared. Back in the 90s, that's good then. Hope you're feeling better, dude. We don't want anyone being ill over Christmas or anything like that. So we've got Balor in the ring with a rear chin lock on Angela, no, Montez. We've got Rhea on the outside with Dominic, and with the other side of the ring, we've got Akira Tozawa. So DDT from Montez Ford. Montez Ford gets the hot tag to Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins, I think, is such a big star. I don't think he gets enough credit because of how good Montez Ford is on the mic. Beautiful, beautiful angle on the shoulder tackle, and then a massive span buster, Arn Anderson style, splash in the corner for Balor, and then into Guri. Balor's dropped to the outside. Street Profits make a tag. Angelo Dawkins 6, The South of Heaven from Damien Priest, but big frog splash from Montez Ford. Ballerin roll up, locks the arm, gets a toe count. So Jack didn't rate the first film story-wise. CGI was amazing, but the story was aliens, and considering that's written and directed, I'm like, yeah. It basically changed the characters from one race to another, or one species to another, rehashed the same story, and yeah, that was it. There wasn't really anything new and fascinating in the story. John Moxley's being bleeding. He's always bleeding. He's never not bleeding, is he? He's always doing some sort of stupid, crazy stipulation or a match. So Akira Tower's got a cup, solo cup, and throw something into the eyes of Dominic, even after last week taking the mist. And then Montez Ford gets a roll. 1, 2, 3 count on Damien Priest. Street Profits and Akira. Well, Street Profits got the win. Griff Dogs had pizza. It was burnt. It's still pizza. So even a little bit of burnt pizza is still good. But yeah, it's it's never as good when it's had a little bit of burnt on there. But pizza's still good. So I went to WWE on December 17th. Uh, that Saturday night. Yeah, maybe a bit earlier. So Rhea going in the face of Akira Tozawa, saying, "What was that?" Right hand as well, dropping Akira Tozawa. Rhea's Rhea's challenging Akira Tozawa for a match. So Akira Tozawa, is he going to accept the challenge from Rhea? No judgment loss. Yeah, like I said, I think that they're trying to build the Street Profits back up a little bit because they've been off TV for a little while. Rhea's next big thing, 100%. She's she's already a star, but she hasn't even had the sustained push, I think is the best way to describe it, of a lot of match wins in a row and then a title reign after it. I reckon they're going to hold off until Mania probably before strapping her up with a belt. Seth lost because it was a title match, and so as everybody loses title matches, but it was funny. Not always. There has been a couple of title changes. I think AJ Styles won the US title at Madison Square Garden, even though it was a house show. I think Kevin Owens has won the IC title as well. Funniest match, Street Profits versus Judgment Day. Judgment Day don't really have a lot of comedy value, but when they're going up against someone like Street Profits, it's always going to have some entertainment value, isn't it? Now I've got my cup of tea as standing in me Deadpool mug. So Griff Dog is going to do a lot on Christmas Eve, sledding, watch Christmas movies, and make cookies. Good lad. Alpha Academy, not Judgment Day. So with that one, what Christmas movies are you going to be watching, Griff Dog? And do you count Die Hard as a Christmas movie? AJ's the only person to capture the WWE title in the UK. Yep. I was quite not. I wasn't quite annoyed, but the Monday Night Raw when a few days before that title change, I was at the Monday Night Raw in the Manchester Arena, and I had the choice of going to Raw or SmackDown. And I thought, because of the names that was on Raw at the time, I would rather see Raw. Did that. I mean, we did get the Pete Dunne debut against Enzo Amore before obviously his rebranding as Butch, which was it was good, but they could have changed it a little. There would have been such a bigger pop than there was originally. Um, because yeah, they had Amore in the ring, talking trash as you used to, and then they had Pete Dunne's music, start the Bruiserweight music, and then Angle turned up. So we got the surprise itself was spoiled. Bring Angle out, and then say, "This is who you're going to be going up against." Pete Dunne's music hits. Ruff goes off the place, but they spoiled it a little bit. So Michael's going to be visiting his older brother in the afternoon. Then your uncle's coming over. That's cool. So by the sounds of it, the bell has just rang. So Nightmare Before Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Home Alone. Never seen Nightmare Before Christmas. I've never seen The Grinch, but Home Alone is a good choice. So we've got Akira Tozawa versus Rhea Ripley. Let me see if I've got enough time to get a poll going for you. Yeah. Where? I mean, I don't see any point in doing the poll because I think it's 100% guarantee. But it's in the poll for you. It's in the chat. There we go. Die Hard is a Christmas film, undoubtedly, as a Christmas story themes and brings out big Hollywood films at Christmas. Just wasn't a thing in 1988. Exactly. The film itself is set at a Christmas party on Christmas Eve. So how is that not a Christmas film? There is people in Christmas hats, um, and the owner of the company, the Nakatomi guy, actually says, "Thank you for your work at Christmas." So it's a Christmas film, 100%. I'm watching it Christmas Eve. I'll stand by that every single year. Don't care what anyone says. So I was trying to get Rhea up for a suplex by the looks of it. Rhea punched to the midsection, reverses it, gets her own vertical suplex. 2 count. What state do you live in? Myself? I don't. I live in the United Kingdom, Great Britain, England, whichever you want to call it. I've got family that do live in California, though. So Griff Dog lived in New York, Matadale, New York. I wouldn't mind going to Buffalo, and I wouldn't mind going to New York City itself. Both look like they're going to be interesting places to visit. Obviously, you've got the Home Alone references for Home Alone 2. Jack didn't vote for the King. Michael's going to go get something mum made, and it's called Christmas Crack. All right, no worries. Takagi, that's the one. Yeah, is the owner of the Nakatomi Tower, yeah. Now again, coming through with a proof it's a Christmas film for us. The last line of Die Hard, Bruce Willis says, "If this is how they spend Christmas, I don't want to be here for New Year's." Yep, Christmas film. So Kira Tozawa just got a Hurricane Rana on Rhea. So it's quite nice that they're actually not doing a complete squash match with the intergender match. Tozawa went for a was going to go for something, but Balor grabbed the leg, stop him doing it, but then in comes Profits flying over the top rope, taking the rest of Judgment Day out. Balor, Priest taken out. Rhea going for a Riptide. Akira Tozawa gets out of the way, and then Rhea shoulder into the ring post. Tozawa got a sort of scissor kick into Dr. Mysterio, who's climbed up on the apron. Tozawa's climbing up to the top rope now. Tozawa went for that senton. Massive height, but Rhea got out of the way. Rhea, she's going for the Riptide now. Yeah, Rhea gets the Riptide. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, recount. So Rhea did manage to get the win. Rick Boogs. What about Rick Boogs? Was that the one that got attacked by the Usos in the back and the rest of the Bloodline? Michael's back. Welcome back. Where's the OC? I'm not sure. We're only half an hour into it, so there's still plenty of time for that. 75%. Who actually thought it would be Tozawa? No way it was going to be Tozawa. Three more likes and dancings. Don't say that, Jack. So Bloodline are on a warpath in the backstage area. No more lights. Let's have a look. So we're going a bit of a recap of Seth versus Lashley. After 2 weeks ago, Lashley pretty much cut a official in half with a spear, and then a week later, sort of attacking another official. So Griff Dog's made a song up. Go for it. Let's see what it is. OC, better be the OC, better be the OC. That'd be a good chant in the arenas. That'd be awesome. So yeah, we're still going a recap of Pierce basically firing Lashley after putting his hands on officials 2 weeks in a row. It's obviously storyline, but can't do anything about it. So I've got Kathy Kelly in the back waiting to try and interview. So it's a matter of when Bobby Lashley comes back. Oh, MVP. We've not seen MVP for a little while. So MVP's interrupted. WWE official has dragged Adam Pearce away. There you go, Griff Dog. Here comes the OC. He was asking for him. It's the holiday time, so if you ask, you'll receive. So here they are. You going? Okay, not a problem. Thanks for joining us. If we don't see you before, I probably won't be on any of the other shows the rest of the week. But have a good Christmas and a good New Year if we don't see you. I'll probably be doing Raw next week, depending on time and stuff like that, because I will be working on the Tuesday next week. So we're getting the OC versus the Alpha Academy. There we go. So sweet. OC versus Alpha Academy. So I'm getting a poll ready for you guys. OC. I've got the poll ready as soon as we sort of get the match a bit more announced. Bring back Mandy. I think they possibly could do after a little while. I think she's more likely to turn up in Impact though. And the only reason I think Impact is I don't think that they would go that route. And they've got enough people. They've got a bit of a bloated roster in every area, women's and men's. So I don't think that there's much space on there for Mandy. I don't think that she could be a good fit there. But I don't think that they would probably take her on. She does seem to have more of a knockouts fit for an Impact than women's division in AEW. What do you, so we're on a commercial break. So has anyone got any plans for the rest of the week? I'm at work every day until Christmas Eve, and then I'm off. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. That one, that one. I've still got to do a bit of wrapping, so I'm probably going to try and get that a bit of that done tomorrow. So Michael has got two holiday parties, Thursday and Friday, then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Sounds like you've got an enjoyable week. I'm off tomorrow, or technically today in the UK because it's gone midnight. I'm off Tuesday, working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. But apart from that, not a great deal. Yeah. So looks like there's been another attack backstage. Dolph Ziggler looks like he's been attacked. Dolph confirming it was a bloodline. Oh, I've got the OC back in the ring with Mia Yim. Mia Yim's hair looks awesome, black and blue. Can't really see the blue too well on here. It is in there somewhere. Sorry to cut short, Jack. Need to catch everyone in a bit. Don't worry, dude. If you've got to be up early, you need your sleep. Don't worry, you'll take it easy. Yeah, if we don't see you, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whichever one you want. Happy holidays. So I'll throw the poll in for everyone. There we go. OC versus Alpha Academy. Update that banner. There we go. So I've got Alpha Academy coming into the ring. Sean Watchap just tweeted, don't think we're done with the returns. Oh, sorry. Let's have a quick flip. .com. Sean Watchap. Let's have a look. See what he said. Yep, so a minute or two ago, don't think we're done with WWE returns. Rhea Ripley putting Security Tower, yeah. Oh, do we think could return then? So we've got Carl Anderson in the ring with Chad Gable. Shoulder tackle from Machine Gun. And then hip toss. Drop kick from Gable. Uh, more arm drag takedowns. Exchanging them. How are we doing, James? Thank you very much for the like on the Facebook page. If you are watching live, stick a comment in. Let us know that you're actually here. Gallows, big right hand to Gable. Michael sorts his Gable turns on Otis, then Tucker saves him. Go back to proper heavy machinery days. That'd be awesome. I'd like that. That's definitely a team I would prefer over Alpha Academy. Yeah, I like that, do you, Michael? Again, great booking. Oh, crowd are chanting, "We want Otis." Gable shushing the crowd. Otis gets a tag. Crowd pop. Crowd really pop. I don't know why Otis is so over, but he's getting himself over. He's doing his job. Yeah, see how over Otis is over Gable. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't think the Mandy Rose storyline with Otis was phenomenal. I thought that was so entertaining and should have kept that going so much longer. But it didn't. So not much we can do. So Michael's saying this definitely could lead up to a Gable turn on Otis. 100%. 100% the way they're going. I don't think that Gable is such a lovable underdog. I don't think he should be a heel. But to build Otis up, it's got to have a big Gable turn on him. So while people are in, I'm going to change the background on the stream. I just want to have a couple of get everybody's view now, see what you think. So we're looking at sort of a few different things at the minute. So if you look at the edge of the screen here and the bit up here, bit at the bottom, um, we're sort of looking at playing about with a few ideas on different sort of styles on the background. So I did try doing something like that. What do people feel about that? How does that look? Because I'm trying to create one where I can customize whatever color we want, depending on the show we're doing. If there's any sort of little tweaks that people might think would improve it. So I'll leave that on for a little bit. That's the game. You're always late. You're useless. I'm a joking, sis. But yeah, there's a little mascot with you. Michael likes that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Like I said, I've been playing on a few ideas. That's one that I've got completely finished. So I can change the colours on there to whatever I want. How are you doing then, Rich? Gable with a dragon screw. Went to see Christmas lights. That's all right. Chloe. Hiya. Hey, Chloe. So Gable whipped into the corner, but steps up. Sunset flip into an ankle lock. Hi, Rich. Hi, Mum. Technically, again, am I in the middle of you two again? I'm joking. So, Otis with a discus clothesline. Massively over. Great pop on him again. Gallo splash into the with a tag. Little bit of a family reunion. I've got my mum and my sister in, which I, it's a little bit surreal still. My mum was just going to say that. My sister's just going, "Oh yeah, yep." So my mum and my sister are both Hulkamaniacs. And my niece she's got her own Give Me a Hull Yeah shirt, which is awesome. I think I took the photo off. Yeah, I did. So Magic Killer from the OC. That's 1, 2, and 3. OC got the win. So Michael's doing good, Rich. Had some snacks. So I made cinnamon sugar pretzels in Christmas crack. Dan, Mum, James, Rich, and the mascot. So I'm can I put a photo with the mascot up? I've got a photo of me, the mascot, and the Julia shirt ready to go. If you're alright with putting the photo up, while I'm waiting, let's send that poll on YouTube. Oh, see, 67% of the votes. So 2/3 of you got the right one. Oh, Bloodline have appeared in the ring. Came from the crowd. They're attacking the OC. You've got the Usos. You've got Sami Zayn. You've got Solo Sikoa. 1D to Carl Anderson. 1D to Anderson, Gallows as well. So we've got Adam Pearce coming out now with quite a few official security. I don't know what you want to call them. So Bloodline's attacking everyone tonight. Yeah, Michael. They're doing Roman's work, which is coming and destroying Monday Night Raw's roster. So yeah, are you okay, me putting a picture up of the mascot, Rich? Because it's the one in Cornmill, with me holding the mascot in the Holy shirt. Yeah, okay. Where is it? I've got it somewhere. There we go. So it will be covering me for a minute, but don't worry, I'll still be here. There we go. There's our little Hull Yeah mascot. Got her own Give Me a Hull Yeah shirt on as well. How awesome's that? Well, if I do that, my hair's completely different to what it is there. If those security guards got sneezed on, they'd fall down. Yeah, they would. Yeah, I'm adorable, aren't I, Michael? Completely adorable. There we go. She's oh yeah, oh she'll take you out. I mean, when she was a little bit younger and she used to wave, she did use to John Cena a bit. Hi, hi, hi. It was great. What I'm trying to sort of, well, I say I'm trying to teach her. It's a bit hard over the phone on video calls, but I do really want to try and get her to learn the two sweet. So if you can teach her it, Reg, that'd be awesome. So we're on a commercial break. We've got 9 people in. Thank you very much for joining. Hope everyone's having a good day. Little John Cena, baby. Yeah, you are trying. Good, good. It needs to happen. When I come across next September, I want to be able to walk up to her, so sweet, and she sort of gets the hit, gets what. So we're getting a promo for the Ric Flair documentary, in sort of cooperation with Peacock. So Sharon Slapper's just come through with another sort of retweet. Don't think we're done with the returns or debuts or whatever. So by the sounds of it, he's hinted that there could be something happening tonight. So we've got the Usos and Sami Zayn in the ring. So Bloodline's now in your city. Bloodline. Jimmy and Jay are also saying that we run this business. So Sami Zayn saying that Adam Pearce is the only one that's angry. The people in the arena love where Sami Uso gets a big cheer. Loves to hear the Usologist, the honorary Us. Sami Zayn saying they've come to deliver a message, so they are going to give that message. Sami Zayn saying that what they've seen tonight is a very small percentage of what Kevin Owens and John Cena can expect when they go up against Sami Zayn and Tribal Chief. So Usos and Sami Zayn massively over, even though they're invading. Sami's great another way. One of the reasons in the bloodline. I do think that Sami Zayn could be great on his own, but I do. I didn't like it at first, the way that he was trying to sort of be part of the bloodline. But I do think that over the past sort of couple of months, he's massively improved every single aspect. We barely see him in the ring as much, but when he's not in the ring, he's on the mic, and when he's on the mic, he's phenomenal. So, out of nowhere, AJ Styles attacking Sami Zayn. Oh, see anywhere? Can't see him. No, just AJ Styles. What happens to the rest of the OC? Yeah, where's the rest of the OC? You could have had a great 3-on-3, great brawl. Oh, oh well. So we're going a little recap of last week. Alexa Bliss going up against Bayley. So we got the sort of Alexa going into a trance after the logo from Bray Wyatt popped up on the Titantron. Goes into a trance, grabs Bianca, ready for the Sister Abigail, but then ends up putting these in it. So I've got AJ Styles. AJ Styles in Adam Pearce's face, um, demanding a match with any member of the Bloodline, and he's got Sami Zayn. I'd say it, but gonna go. Good night, Michael. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you've had a good year with us, and have a good Christmas. Have a good holiday season. I'll probably see you next week for Monday Night Raw, but if not, have a good New Year as well, dude. Peace out, dude. So we've got Bliss and Belair in the backstage area, an interview segment. So Alexa's basically saying that she got abducted by Bray. She got sort of dragged into a um, dark place, damaged, broken, abandonment. So we're still getting a lot of teasers of the Bray Wyatt stuff, whether it's Bray controlling her still, or Cloudy maybe. So mum and sister both saying goodbye to Michael. So there's no more. Yep, take it easy, dude. See you later, man. So Bianca saying that she sympathises with everything that Bliss has been through. So Bliss has said that Bray Wyatt's not a threat to Bianca, but Alexa is. Bliss was winning championships before Bianca was even on the show. Oh, again, we had a little. glitch on the screen in the backstage area, and then Alexa grabbed a vase with flowers in, cracked it off Bianca Belair's head. So again, really, really subtle teases. That was really, really good because it was setting it up for an apology and stuff like that. The screen with the Raw logo on backstage glitched, and then it just seemed like Bliss turned again, went trans, grabbed a vase, smashed it over Bianca Belair's head. So we're getting, by the looks of it, a ladder match any second. So let me get the banner and poles ready. Winner. Winner takes all ladder match. That one. Let's get the poll ready for people. Match. Dexter Lumis. But it's up next. We know it's happening, so I'll put the banner and the polls up ready to go. So, how nice Alexa Assembly. Yeah, that'll be. Trying to get around to doing that match because I reckon I'm going to save that till the Rumble. They've got a match in like 2 or 3 weeks on Monday Night Raw, but I reckon they're going to maybe have damage control to Sophia and then save it for the Rumble, maybe, which I think will be a great showing. Um, we pretty much presume Dexter's winning this, don't we? I mean, you could get Johnny Gargano come out, maybe a bit of an interference, maybe even Maurice come out. We haven't seen Maurice for a few weeks, so Maurice could show up. If she shows up, could be a distraction to Dexter Lumis using her feminine ways. So the stuff that we actually got announced for the show, let's have a look. Lumis and the Miz in a ladder match, we've got that. We've already had that. We've already had the Street Profits match. So the only match we've got besides this one is Becky Lynch versus Bayley. We've still got that one to come. And then we've now got the AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn match. So we've still got a couple of matches. We are a third of the way through the show. Do we think we'll see any of these wrestlers in the Rumble? Cardona, Masters, Breeze, Naomi, Chelsea Green, Bronson Reed, Journey. Um, that's a very hard one. Chelsea Green, I think, is the most likely out of them lot. And the main reason is their contract has been up with Impact for a while. So I'd love to see her and Matt Cardona both come into the Rumbles, respectively, uh, have a good showing. Chelsea Green's always been very unfortunate with her WWE main roster stuff. She got brought up and got injured, so she went back to NXT for a little while. And then her second sort of re-debut on SmackDown, she broke her wrist for a second time. So she had, again, a lot of time out and then got released. Matt Cardona coming back, I think it will be a done deal at some point, 100%. He said he's got aspirations to win the world title because it is the biggest title that he can win. He's held pretty much everything else outside of WWE and W now. So I think it's I think it's highly likely that we're going to see him in WWE as Matt Cardona. He has said that Zack Ryder died, and that's not going to be happening anymore. Chris Masters, I'd like to see him back. I think he's been doing a bit of training to into peak physical shape because he was a specimen. And him going up against someone like Lashley, I think would be a great battle of beef in a way. Uh, Tyler Breeze, I don't think we'd see him in WWE. Have a good night, Rich, and a good early season. Yeah, probably speak to you. I mean, we'll probably speak to you before the end of the week anyway. But yeah, we'll try and give you a call Christmas Day probably. All right. Bye bye, Chloe. Bye bye. See you later. Thanks for answering there. You've thrown a great question in there. So of course I'm going to answer it. You know that. Like, I don't just sort of not read comments or just let them sort of sit there. So before we get to the end, I'm going to sort of finish these ones before we start this match. So Tyler Breeze, yeah, again, I don't think is high on WWE's list. Naomi, I think they'd want her back because it's a star name, but I think that it would be done subtle because of the Sasha Banks stuff. And as far as I know, Triple H was after Jonah again, Bronson Reed. Um, but yeah, I don't think that Jonah is a person that I could see coming back to WWE. I think his contract ends in at the end of the year, and it's not going to be renewed by Impact. So we're either thinking Naomi, Chelsea, Cardona will be in the Rumble, maybe Bronson Reed. Yeah, I think they're all shouts. I don't know about Naomi, but apart from that, I don't think the other three could put up big guarantees. Lashley and Masters would be cool. Yeah, Wrestle Nelson, Masters, or Lashley. Yeah, have competitions of who can sort of take full Nelson longer or who doesn't pass out or tap out to it. That'd be a great idea. Okay. We're really saying a lot of streams don't read comments, which is crap. Look, wrestling streams. Okay. Yeah. A lot of them just sort of talk about their own ideas, but you're a hulomaniac, man. So we've got to look after you guys because you'll look after us. You'll give us the viewers. So we want to make you feel part of the show. So we've got Lewis bringing the ladder into the ring against the Miz. Bit of a tug of war. Roman shows that ladder as a bit of a battering ram to Miz's stomach. But yeah, I mean, you're sat watching it with me, so you're taking the time out of your day to be with us, sit and chat with us, whether it's me, whether it's Dom, whether it's Ant, whether it's Sam as well now. Um, you're spending that time with us, so why shouldn't we take our time to acknowledge that? even if it is just reading a comment out or doing a little bit of sort of question and answer session, if you've got questions to ask, throw them in the chat. That's what it's there for. Don't feel like we're going to ignore you because we're here, we're on the screen. We're not. I'll happily sit and answer pretty much every question I can. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. If not, I'll give an honest opinion on that. So Dexter's using the side of the ladder as a ram into Miz's stomach at the corner. Lumis stepping up onto that looks very wobbly. I wouldn't be brave in that. Vertical suplex off the ladder that's perched on the second rope. So do we think it's Rock and Roman night 1 and then night 2 Roman Cody or both titles? Not sure. I don't see Roman versus The Rock happening, in all honesty. I would like it to happen massively. Two huge names, but I just think that The Rock is too big of a come back to WWE now. So I'll get back to it in a second. Don't worry. Miz was sat in the corner. Dexter Lumis had a ladder up, and the ladder got tipped over by Lumis, and it was inches from the Miz's total package, I will call it. And then Miz just looked in absolute relief because it didn't touch him. So Dexter Lumis drop kicks it into Miz's total package. Miz might not be having any more kids, but he's already got a couple. It's fine. So yeah, I think that night 1 could be Roman going up against someone like Kevin Owens. I mean, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be Kevin Owens first and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the tag titles. But night 1 could be Roman versus someone for one title. Night 2 could be, as you said, Roman versus Cody, which I don't think is the best match opinion of what could happen. Cody wins 100%, takes the second title off Roman. But I do think that the way that they could do it, it could be Roman still retaining one title, unless he wanted to have a break where he wouldn't mind dropping it. So Lumis has his hands on the briefcase. I say the briefcase, 2 bags of money. If I was Triple H, I'd call him in the Artwell and form the way Dexter, Candice, Gargano, Indy and Dexter a couple again. Yeah, I think it happened in NXT last week, where Indy Artwell and Dexter Lumis sort of acknowledged each other on screen, which was brilliant. So rather carrying the Miz and Lumis just toppled over, both on the top rope. Yeah, Indy Artwell I think has been technically ready for the main roster for quite a while, but they haven't really built up as many of the newer talent. So I think she was there as a little bit of a not gatekeeper type because she wasn't, but a little bit of experience, just to try and help teach the newer recruits. But yeah, I'd bring up Indy Hartwell straight away. I would prefer her on the main roster sooner rather than later, but could be at the Royal Rumble. Sorry, Bar and Dexter needs a new feud. Yeah, 100%. I think that as soon as this match finishes, they need to throw Dexter Lumis into a completely different feud. And I personally would separate him from Gargano as well, in all honesty. Gargano needs to be in his own feud, doing his own thing. But the reason I think that it's been like this is I don't know if Johnny is dealing with a little niggling injury. When was the last time he wrestled? Still been on screen every week as Dexter's sort of right hand man, but I don't think we've seen him wrestle for a good few weeks. So it could just be that he's got a slight injury, that he's just doing a bit of physio on, bit of rehab on, which means that he's not able to be stand off to perform in the ring, but he can actually still be on screen, still sort of technically manage Dexter Lumis. So how's that thoughts for you? Cody making his comeback against Roman, I'd to imagine a bigger match than that. I mean, Rock versus Roman is going to be the biggest match of the past 20 years, if it happens. But at this point, I don't know if The Rock needs it. I mean, we know The Rock doesn't need it. I don't think Roman needs it. The WWE, I think, would need it because it is just such a big statement match. But in all honesty, does it need a title? Does that match need a title on the line? Because I think that if you do that match, you cannot have The Rock win. You can't put the title on someone that's not wrestled in 6 years. Um, if you put the title on someone like that, it just basically destroys Roman's credibility. So you have Roman win. If you have Roman win, that is going to generate even more heel heat, which is it's a great thing for them. Do think that they're going to be wanting to turn him face sooner rather than later, and do exactly what they did with The Rock. Babyface doesn't really work. But you might be Roman after the Shield breakup. Takes a bit of time. Turn of heel. Nation of Domination. Roman Reigns turning up and destroying everyone. Survivor Series Extreme Rules, Money in the Bank, something like that, and then go on a massive run as a heel, and in the end actually turn babyface. It's exactly the same technically storyline, just 20 years down the line, 23 years, 24 years further along, using the Anawahi uh, symbol and the well, not symbol, but the bloodline, the name. But again, it's very sort of similar in terms of the storyline and the way that they have been doing it. So I don't think that Rock and Roman is going to be one of the biggest matches in history, but I do also think that The Rock has got so much time to be able to get rid of the ring rust, get back in. I mean, he's always in phenomenal shape anyway, but get rid of that initial ring rust and get used to bumping again. So Lomas pushing Miz into the ladder. He's got a bit like a bit of a triangle type choke. He's trying to escape. So Miz looks like he was going for a neck breaker on the ring apron area. Gargano still on the outside. Miz grabbing another ladder, dropping it on Loomis, and slamming that down on him. So Miz setting the ladder, kind of setting it up, but he's putting Dexter Lumis in between the ladder itself. Sorry about this. Like I said, don't worry, dude. I enjoy you being in the chat, and I enjoy you putting your thoughts in there. I've got to try and fill the time up on screen by actually commenting on stuff. So if you're putting questions in for me to answer, it's making it a bit easier for me. So that's why I really appreciate it. So Miz has just thrown one of the, I don't know if it's an announcer's chair, but one of the sort of big padded chairs. But then Miz, steel chair after steel chair after steel chair, throwing him all at Dexter Lumis, Dexter Lumis. Crowd chanting, "We want tables." Is Miz going to oblige? Miz pulling a table out from under the ring, sliding it back underneath, just generating a little bit of easy heat. And then giving giving Gargano a shove in the chest. Referee going in the way, and then Miz big boot to Gargano's face, and then rain right hands down on him. So Miz throwing another ladder out the way, and then Gargano off the barricade, thrown into the barricade by the Miz. Miz going another ladder, using that as a battering ram into Gargano, taking him over the barricade into the audience area. This has been sort of an enjoyable match. Lumis back up, and then a sort of like a side slam type into the ladder with the well, with the sort of cover of the announce desk on top. So I don't know if that would have made any better or worse. So you're watching NFL, it's a good game. It has actually been quite interesting. It's not been a pay-per-view caliber match, in all honesty, but it's TV rated quality. I think this will definitely be match of the night because it's got a lot of interest in there. It's got a lot of storytelling, but it's also quite fun. It's just a stupid match, but it's got some good action. Because at the minute we've got Miz on the announce desk, Dexter Lumis sat on top of a ladder. So Lumis was going for a leg drop. Miz got out the way just in time. Lumis straight through the announce desk. Announce desk pretty much exploded. So we're like Becky versus Bayley match of the night. It has the potential to be, but I do think that this match is. I think it's going to be more overall entertaining. We know that Bayley and Becky can go, but I don't know if they will be given that freedom on a Monday Night Raw, especially with Damage Control possibly interfering in the match. That's probably my biggest concern. If they don't interfere, I think it would be a lot better match. So Miz was trying to unhook the money bags, and Dexter Lumis, like an absolute zombie, gets into the ring, gets the Miz face off the ladder. What was that? What was that? Bronson Reed is back. Bronson Reed is back in WWE already. I thought they was going to do that at Royal Rumble. bloody huge guy, Bronson Reed, formerly Joe. Bronson Reed going up to the top rope. Big splash. I didn't expect him to be back this early. I thought he'd be back, but that is a huge shock. Might not be a long match. Becky probably interference with damage control. I hope not. I hope not too. It'll ruin that match, yeah. So by the looks of it, Bronson Reed is working with the Miz. Miz with a big smirk on his face. So is Miz going to get the money at the top of the ladder? He's unhooking it. He's got the money. Despicable heel tactics from the Miz. I did not see that coming either, dude. That is a ridiculous shock. I'm lost for words on that. I didn't think his contract was up with Impact until the end of the year. He must have signed maybe today for WWE, nothing on date sheets. But if you look since Triple H took over, how many of the signings and returns have actually been leaked? There's been a lot of very, very good protection on them rumours and leaks. People like Guy Gardner returning. Mia Yim was pretty much a dead certain anyway. We knew that was happening. Braun Strowman, we knew technically was being re-signed, but I think people expect it. You're saying, yeah, it's quite crazy. Tegan Knox, we thought was going to sort of show up, but again, I don't know if we expected it to happen when it did. So we've got Seth freaking Rollins in backstage area with quite a nice jacket. So I forgot because I was not sure. Let's get banners sorted. 88% thought Dexter Lumis, so 88% of you was actually wrong, I'm afraid. So Triple H has brought back 17 wrestlers since Vince released it. Yeah, more to come. Um, yeah, I think, like I said, we've got Chelsea Green. We've probably got Matt Cardone. We could have maybe Chris Masters. I don't know if that was someone that I could see returning to wrestling. Uh, Tyler Breeze, Kate Hawkins. I think that sort of people like that have had their day, in all honesty. But Dallas, yeah, Bray Wyatt. There's a lot of people that could potentially return. Lana, maybe. I don't see Lana returning to WWE, in all honesty. I think that she would either go to Impact to be with, um, obviously, the former Rusev, now Miro in AEW, or maybe Impact. I think she's a better fit for Impact than she is at AEW, though. So we've got AJ Styles coming out. So it's AJ versus Sami Uso, I'll put Sami Uso, I don't put Sami Zayn. I'll put Uso. Just Styles. Sami Usi. There we go. That's done 4 people. Let's copy that. Let's make a banner out of it. Come on. Thank you. There we go. It's funny to look back a few years and see AJ with a crow cut, yeah. But then again, you look at me. You look at the length of my hair, as this is now, it's literally barely pinchable. And this time last week, it was a lot longer. It was sort of down to about here. So it's a big chunk. So where I was thinking, line up with me or AW if it's ever used. Yeah. Not being booked very well. Andrade will be definitely back in WWE. Again, that is one I could see happening. I know Andrade has been trying to get himself fired. With Charlotte being in WWE, I think it's more likely for him to move back to WWE than it is her to move to AEW. But yeah, I think it's great intrigue because it's not just one team in the game anymore. It's creating that ability to be able to pick and choose where you work and also have a bit more control over what you want to do in your career. So Chris said that he knew that Bronson Reed would return tonight. Why didn't you tell us then, dude? Why didn't you tell us? So I presumed he would be returning, but I didn't know when. I thought they'd probably save him for someone like the Royal Rumble. But yeah, we're on commercial break at the minute. So he's not happy in AEW. WWE would never let Charlotte go. Looks like Sasha is going to AEW, probably after New Japan. Yeah, 100%. I reckon that she's going to be Saraya's tag team partner. The story that sort of came out a few years ago was that she was just for her release. They said they would let her go in January as long as she didn't go anywhere else to perform until that point, and they would not freeze her contract for the time that she walked out until the time that they'd done an agreement. So I think that was like it could have been a couple of months. They agreed not to freeze the contract, which for WWE is quite a nice thing to do. Yeah, I thought he'd be back at the Royal Rumble as well, dude. I thought his contract wasn't up with him until the end of December. And we're going Sami Zayn come out, Sami Uso, honorary use, Bloodline member, whichever you want to call him. Can't wait for 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw. Alexa Bliss versus Bianca for the Raw Championship. Who do you think is going to win it then? Do you think Bliss will take the title from Bianca? I mean, I know it's in Bianca's hometown, so I don't see it happening. If Vince was winning, then yeah, 100%. Can see Naomi back in WWE, maybe Rumble. Yeah, possibly. Wait and see. It's wrestling. You never know who's going to show up. Exactly. That's the best thing about the Rumble. If you look at last year's, that Vince was the sort of Shane McMahon was the ones producing. There was so many people announced beforehand. I think there was only like 4 or 5 spots that went as a surprise, and he genuinely didn't know who was coming. So we've got AJ right hands to Sami Zayn in the ring in the corner and face off the buckle. I'm just wondering, do you reckon we've ever seen this match happen before? Because I don't remember these two ever being in the ring together. And also, has it happened on the Indies with El Generico, maybe? So Chris doesn't think that Bianca walked in with the Raw Championship at Royal Rumble. So you think Bianca, she's going to be dropping it to Bliss? And then we rally hopes Bliss wins. Alexa fan. Yep, I'm a big Alexa fan. Cody KO Bray Wyatt. Can't unsee Bianca losing that. I, I think that if they're going to put the title back on Bliss, it should be done at a bigger show than a Monday Night Raw Monday Night Raw show. AJ with a phenomenal forearm over the top rope to the outside to Sami's there. Oh, we've got Rodrigo Lopez Benitez in. Oh, we're doing. How are you doing? How's your day been? So Sami's there, hanging AJ up on the top rope. So you had someone say Uncle Howdy could be Cameron Grimes. Oh, it's Bo Dallas. It's 100% going to be Bo Dallas, isn't it? Why would you put Cameron Grimes under a mask when he's so good on the mic? So good as a performer. It doesn't make any sense to make it Cameron Grimes, does it? Bo Dallas coming back as a surprise character of his brother's faction makes sense. 100% makes sense. So Sami Zayn with a big solid right hand to AJ. AJ's on his knees. So Nomar's okay with Bliss winning the title, but they don't play with the supernatural powers angle. I I hope they don't go the supernatural angle. I think that split personality type thing could work. Sort of like hypnotized stuff like that. I don't think would be quite cool. But yeah, actually, like I said, as you can probably see with Rally, I do try and keep interacting with you guys. I would rather spend a couple of minutes reading your question out, answering your question, than calling the action half the time. You're probably sat watching Raw, so you don't need me to tell you what's happening on there. But if you're doing a comment in the chat, you're doing a comment for a reason, and the reason is the response. Uh, I'm not sure what you're saying there, dude, but thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure it says Mama in there, so could it be something to do with Rhea Ripley? I'm not sure. So we really hope Starks doesn't join Bray Wyatt, supernatural stuff. But yeah, I think that having the teasers of it could be the start of a heel turn, but I don't think that keep her away from Bray Wyatt, 100%, definitely. But having the teasers of it is just quite nice and intriguing. especially with the moth sort of flashing up every so often, right before the sort of darkness descends on it. So no, I think it's Klingon. It could be. I'm not sure. Sergio was going to try for a flying forearm off the top rope. Sami Zayn just jumped into the rope as AJ springboarded up, causing AJ to slip off the ropes. Just let's have a stretch. It's actually a bit. Wasn't in all honesty looking forward to tonight's show because as you can probably see from the description on the YouTube link, we got two matches announced, which was the Lumis and Miz in the ladder match and the Bayley Becky Lynch match. That was all we had announced. But since then, we've had an extra few matches. Um, it's actually been interesting. It's been steady, keeping people intrigued, stuff like that, which is good. So we are on a commercial break as of right now. So what's people up to for the rest? I was going to say rest of the week, but again, a lot of people, I think it's just going into the festivities. So Becky versus Bayley was announced on SmackDown last week. Yeah, that's the problem. Is they announced more matches for a 2-hour SmackDown than they did a 3-hour Raw, which is quite annoying. So where's Charlotte Flair? Why is she being off for months? Must be back soon. Surely she's great and one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, even though IWC doesn't like her. I think she was off at one point because of a injury, and then she obviously went and got married and had a honeymoon. But I don't think that there's enough time to bring her in. If she was on Monday Night Raw, I do think that they could really utilise her. She would be a great heel for people like Bianca Belair, for technically Alexa, because she is classed as a face overall. Um, I mean, being able to use Charlotte against people like Candice LeRae, that's going to elevate Candice LeRae back up the card. So to me, it makes sense for her to be put at that point of use her as not as an enhancement, but use her to build up the rest of your show, the rest of your roster. So that one, Charlotte's great heel, yeah, 100%. She's got that smarminess about her. She's got the I'm better than you. I'm going to sort of do what I want. AJ's looking for a Styles clash. can't seem to get Sami up. Sami used like a scorpion kick type thing. AJ up on the second rope, went for a tornado DDT. Sami Zayn with a big boot to counteract it. Brain buster. 1, 2, kick out at 2. This has actually been quite an enjoyable match. Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, legendary indie workers, so Triple H might have let them have a bit more of a free reign, do you think? Charlotte Flair return at the Royal Rumble. I think that is probably the most likely. Weir Ali says, yep, probably agree. Like her dad, Charlotte's a great heel, just doesn't come across well as a face. Yeah. Supposedly, backstage, she's absolutely lovely. But because she's so good at her character, people really hate her. Which is a sign you're doing your job correctly, in my opinion. AJ with the rapid fire attacks, and then Sami Zayn with a boot to AJ. Pele kick from AJ as well. So both superstars down, both wrestlers down in the centre of the ring. So Sami Zayn up, tries to close AJ down in the corner. Sami turns it around, exploder suplex into the corner. So Sami is looking for the Helluva kick. AJ scouted it, counters into a calf crusher. Sami Zayn, is he going to tap? Are the Usos going to turn up? Sami gets to the bottom rope. Oh, we've got Solo coming down from the crowd. Sami Zayn with the roll-up 1, 2. Sounds like a good match. AJ great in the ring, Sami great in the ring. No surprise, not even slightly. It's been very, very enjoyable. There's been a lot of moves that we haven't seen AJ pull off in a while. Even Sami Zayn, Brainbuster, we don't really see happen in WWE anymore. AJ rolling out, trying to attack Solo before Solo gets the chance to counter that. Sami Zayn comes out, gets bounced off the steel steps, then gets bounced off the announce table. Solo, Sikoa, Simone spike to AJ Styles with the referee's back turned. Sami Zayn causing the distraction. Blue Thunderbomb from Sami Zayn. 1, 2, 3 count. Sami Zayn gets the win. Stupid Bloodline interference, probably going to beat. And Solo beat up AJ, yeah. So I'll go back to that one. But yeah, previous comment, as I was saying, there's been a lot of stuff happen that we don't normally see. Brainbusters, there's been the moonsault into the Light Stinger Scorpion Death Drop from Sting, which is such a beautiful move into a transition, into another, well, a stupid transition into a great move. But yeah, it felt very, very much more of a indie style put together match, which is very, very, very rare for WWE. So he did win with a Blue Thunderbomb, dude. It never wins with that. But he did have Solo give the Samoan Spike on the outside right beforehand. So it was basically Samoan Spike while the referee's back was turned, picked up, Blood Thunder Bomb, and then pinfall. So by the looks of it, next week's Monday Night Raw is a compilation show. So what I probably will do is take a break next week, just to refresh the batteries a little bit. It's basically just recapping everything from last 12 months. So it's stuff that we've covered pretty much anyway. So I don't think that I really need to do that. So I may still pop on, but I probably won't be doing a full 3 hour show like this week. It may just be sort of pop on for an hour, just to sort of have a chat with people, see how people are doing, whether they've had a good Christmas, whether they're ready for New Year. But yeah, we'll see. See how I feel. So my signal is going on my tablet for some reason. Just close everything down. Start it again. Why has the signal gone now? Give it a second. Go. Watch live. Let's give that a second for it to load up. Now we should be back. Yeah, we're playing now. So we are on commercial break, so it was good it happened at that point. Well, still got hour and 5 minutes to go, right? God, it's so long, yeah. 2 hours SmackDown is pretty much the bang on right time. I mean, I've been here for pretty much, well, an hour and 58 minutes, it says. So, yeah, still got over an hour left. It does seem to really drag, especially when there's so many commercial breaks. It just kills the momentum of a lot of the matches. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but I quite liked the time when they did the 2 out of 3 falls, because the first fall happened, then you got the commercial break as they was preparing for the second and third fall, which to me, that was very cleverly planned. But I do think that you could have a match finish right before a commercial break, and then you have a commercial break, whether it's a minute, whether it's 5 minutes, and then you start the next segment. So you have the match, clear end, definitive end for a segment, and then a new segment starts after the commercial break, rather than it breaking up a match. So there we go. There's Seth Freakin Rollins coming out in a wine red, I would probably call it, or burgundy, sparkly, glittery suit with what looks like a very short dressing gown. Well, it looks like pajamas, really. Conducting the crowd in his chants as well. So before we get anything, I'm going to have another hazelnut cream ball. Going for a Wendy Choo look then. No, Seth pulls it off with style, I think. So Seth in the ring. In his home state of Iowa. Obviously, Seth's from Davenport. I think like a welcome home chance, I think. Don't know if it is. Seth saying he's back better than ever. Again, I think that Seth is probably one of the best talkers on the mic at the minute. Sorry, can't see Raw. What are you apologising for, dude? You don't have to apologise for not being able to see Raw. That's why you've got a little bit of my commentary. What it's can't remember off the top of my head. So Seth saying that Mondays don't belong to the tribal chief. So they belong to the visionary. So they belong to Seth Freakin Rollins, getting the crowd to sing his Freakin Rollins. Oh, good job Sassy's not here, because we're gearing Austin Theory. It's the NFL, is it? Packers tonight, isn't it? I can't remember who they're up against, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Packers. So I've got Theory coming down to the ring, United States title on the shoulder. Rams, that's it, sorry. Yeah, I knew it was Packers, I couldn't remember who else it was. Every Monday, Raw and NFL at the same time, annoying, you'll watch Raw later on. Yeah, if you want. Like I said, I mean, I'll give you a quick rundown of the bits to watch later on in the review. Yeah, the thing that I get annoyed at is because I'm from the UK, trying to watch the matches that are on now. So the Packers versus Rams game that started at, I'm not sure what time it started across where you are, but it started at 1:15 in the UK in the morning. So it's a very, very late start. Seth playing up, pointing at Austin Theory and basically saying he's the one that sucks, right? Crowd cheer, which is great. Austin Theory saying that the title on Monday Night Raw that's over his shoulder, that said that Seth was the title for Monday Night Raw. So Theory bouncing words that Seth said back at him. I could have sworn I thought he was from the UK, from the USA, dude. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've been up to Cumbria myself. Kendall, Carlisle. I've even done even higher up, Dumfries area, all the way up to Glasgow, Edinburgh, Berwick, Ayr. Oh yeah, I've covered all around there. Guessing I'm from Yorkshire, yeah. Dom's from there, even Ant's from Hull. But yeah, I'm a Hull through and through, Hullamaniac. So Seth saying that we don't want Theory to end up like Lashley. Theory saying that the only reason Lashley's not here is because Lashley took his frustration out on everyone else. Didn't take it out on Seth. There is also saying that Seth's only in his position because he's got lucky. Yeah, I did. I mean, like, a lot of the people that do watch us are from the US because of obviously the time zone and the times that we're on. So just sort of in my mind, I put, comes in quite regularly, watches the NFL, makes sense to be American. But yeah, I apologise for my misconception, dude. But yeah, if I could move anywhere tomorrow, it'd be Edinburgh. It'd be in Scotland, definitely. Because it's just beautiful, beautiful area. So Seth's saying to Theory that he's not Daddy's little boy anymore because Daddy's not there. Daddy's been disgraced. So saying the problem with Theory is, as much as the US title means, so Seth's saying that Theory will never have and never beat Seth Rollins. Seth saying that Theory's not on his level. And then Seth again conducting the crowd in the woe chants. A lot of people get that American audience, yeah. Not a lot of people in the UK watch NFL or wrestling or both. I know you are. I do the same. I'm a 49ers fan myself. So, yeah. Small company, dude. Small group of people. I like that. Don't know any? Yeah, you do. Me. So, Theory saying that Seth has seen the mountaintop, but Theory's coming for Everest. Oh. Austin Theory saying that Seth is the third most successful member of the Shield. Massive, massive digs there. Seth saying that he's not seen the mountaintop, he is the mountaintop. Seth saying the title doesn't make the man makes a title. Seth saying, let's go right now. Don't wait till weeks. Seth saying, come on, let's take your shot. Where you got the Usos in the crowd, just standing at the barricade. Seth saying, let's team up because we've got the company. And then Theory hightailing it out of there, leaving Seth stranded in the ring. Technically a very smart move. You don't want to get beaten down a couple of weeks before a title defense. Very, very smart thing. Seth wasn't backing down. Usos about to go in the ring, and then Seth just goes all out. But numbers advantage. Usos get the upper hand. Here comes Kevin Owens. Here comes the equaliser. Kevin Owens doesn't back down from anyone. Out goes Jimmy. Right hands from KO. Thrown into the barricade. Kevin Owens rolls into the ring. Jay's in there. Ready. Right hands. But Seth catches up. Right hands. So out goes Jimmy. Seth and KO standing tall in the ring. Seth saying it's nice to see Kevin Owens. Crowd saying let them fight. Seth saying, are you thinking what I'm thinking to Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens saying he thinks Des Moines wants to see Seth and KO kick the Usos' asses. So, Theory's really trying to be John Cena, yeah. Welcome, WWE and Thomas fan. Nice to see you. NFC. Seth versus Theory is it. Did you see Lashley's not fired anymore? It's been a very weird storyline. I don't know why they would sort of want to sort of throw Bobby Lashley under the bus like that and make him look like a patsy, make him look weird and weak. We've got Becky Lynch in the backstage area. Becky's saying that Damage Control beat Becky up. Becky then beats member of Damage Control. Now she's got to take out Bayley. Both Becky and Bayley have been underappreciated for a long time. They've both done things they're not proud of. They're both very proud of their careers. Whereas favourite wrestlers, KO is probably best at promos in WWE. Edge, Heyman, there you go. Kevin Owens, unbelievably solid performer in every aspect of the sort of show. He can be in 3 segments, 4 segments in one show and make every segment over. Is brilliant. Kevin Owens and Seth tagging would be cool. That would be. I think that would be quite a good tag team. But I reckon it'll be KO and Sami Zayn shortly. Well, I say shortly, not as in tonight, but as in next couple of months. Theory really is a chicken. Yeah, but that's the point of a heel. They're meant to never get the comeuppance until the match itself. So we've got Bayley coming out now, so let me get the banner ready for that one. Bayley versus Becky Lynch. So almost 4 years since this match happened last. Let's get that poll ready. Bayley and Becky. So in the poll, it's live for you. KO, Sami versus the Usos at Mania. Tag titles, Roman loses, Usos lose, Bloodline erupts. That's a good idea. I think that the way that I'd probably do it is take exactly what you've just said there, but I would probably have Solo going up against Gunther for the Intercontinental title and win, So he's the only title holder in the Bloodline, and then he could play off the Bloodline story of, I'm the title holder, I should be in charge. And that could cause a little bit of dissension in the Bloodline itself as well. I'd quite like to see that way happen. From all the gold to none, yeah. I mean, like I said, your idea is great, but I'd like to see Solo actually pick up a singles title and have a little bit of a run with that as well. So we're on a commercial break again. Roman loses to Cody. Yeah, I think that's happening. Can't be anyone else. Or Bray maybe, but I don't want to say that Bray doesn't need to wrestle Roman. No. Bray doesn't need the title. If you look at over the past 30 years, probably, well, I say 30 years probably because it's The Undertaker that's the main point of this, is the spooky gimmicks. Whenever they've been pushed to the title picture, it's always been a very underwhelming run, in all honesty. The Undertaker had it and then dropped it relatively quickly, and then years later he captured it again. Bray Wyatt captured it. Didn't really seem to do much with that title, which was disappointing. But again, the spooky gimmick doesn't do well to main event feuds. It's more of a filler feud, more of a sort of second, third match below the main event feud, because the spooky gimmick is overruling the title or championship included in the match. Bray Wyatt does better stuff when he's not chasing a title. Undertaker does better stuff when he's not chasing a title. So he's got his own thing going on. I hope Sister Abigail is a wrestler like on Cloudy, maybe Liv Morgan, or someone who comes out dressed as Sister Abigail. Not Alexa, no. Definitely not. Remember Extreme Rules? Yeah, they had all of the different characters in the crowd. Maybe each of them are a different wrestler. So, yeah, Wyatt 6 is what it's meant to be called, dude. So you bang on the money there. What I would actually sort of... The other thing that I've been sort of looking at and reading on and also thinking about myself is, what if the Wyatt 6 is different personas of Bray Wyatt? So you've obviously got Bray Wyatt himself. You've got Mercy the Buzzard, which is the... I can't remember which one it was. But you've got different characters from the Firefly Funhouse that are different aspects of Bray's character. Rambling Rabbit is more of when Bray's on the microphone doing stuff where it just doesn't make sense and it's just complete random. Mercy the Buzzard is camp cult leader Bray from his original run. And that's the sort of thing that I'm thinking of it could be, which is very, very clever. But Wyatt Six as a stable could be very good depending on who they bring in for it. Eric Redbeard obviously would be a great choice. Dexter Lumis maybe I think could be a good shout. Karrion Kross, I think people want him to be in there or thought that he would be, but I think that Karrion Kross is too big of a name to actually do that. So we've got the match starting. We've got a bit of back and forth between Bayley and Becky. Big shoulder tackle from Bayley, taking down Becky. Different personas, probably won't be wrestlers. Yeah, fantasy booking's always great fun. I mean, I've booked so many different things, completely from different sort of ideas, different viewpoints. And sometimes I've been bang on the money. Sometimes it's been completely crazy. Oh, a lot of back and forth, a lot of chain wrestling type stuff between the two. Very, very nicely done. So, very nice arm drag from Becky into an armbar. But yeah, I mean, like with the Rey Mysterio booking and Dominic Mysterio turning heel, I booked that well before the heel turn in Cardiff. I booked the heel turn, I booked exactly what would happen, and pretty much at the minute it's bang on the money. So there is more to the story that I've booked, but whether it happens or not is a different matter. But if it does, I'm going to claim Booker of the Year. Eric Redbeard, Eric Rowan, whichever you want to call him, coming back would be great. Massively underrated as a performer. Brody Lee / Luke Harper. It's obviously a shame about his passing a year or two ago, but he would have been another great shout. He would have been phenomenal with this version of Bray Wyatt, I think. Yep, it's Bayley versus Becky. I don't know. I reckon we might see Roman in the ring as the main event instead of this. But they've been going for a few minutes already. I think this will be going a bit longer than we maybe expected. Bayley grabbing Becky face first into the turnbuckle off the apron. Off topic, did I see Jonathan Gresham sign for Impact? Yep, I did. No one's really talking about it. I think he's great. He's a great performer. Great Impact signing him. I thought he would have... I don't know if he would have done any good in WWE because he's not the biggest guy in terms of height. He's a well-built guy, but he's just not the tallest and larger-than-life character, which is what WWE do prefer. But a former Ring of Honor World Champion is a great get for any company. You'll look at the names that have held that title that have been through other companies or that have gone into WWE. You've got people like, obviously, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson / Daniel Bryan, Tyler Black, obviously Seth Rollins. There is a lot of people that have held the Ring of Honor title that does push that title up and the lineage of that title up, because a lot of them go on to work for WWE, work for AEW, and they're massive names now. Ring of Honor is a smaller indie type promotion, is a great building block, same as places like MLW. Build up the ability to perform, build up the character work, and then take that to main event level status, WWE, AEW, whichever you want. So it reminds me of Jay Lethal, yeah. But you look at the size of you look at the build of Jay Lethal compared to Jonathan Gresham. Jay Lethal is tiny. Jonathan Gresham's like twice the wide. His shoulders are huge. His neck's ridiculous. But in terms of what they are actually doing, Jonathan Gresham is a star. But I do think that his height is one thing that did put WWE off of him. Watch Impact and Dark, amazing someone actually watches it. I like to try and keep my sort of nose in every bit of wrestling I can. I do watch WWE than AEW more than most, but if there is a good match announced, I'll probably catch up on it the next day, because again, like I said earlier on, as you probably know from being in near Carlisle yourself, time zones are a nightmare, especially when you work a full-time job that's not doing anything like this. Mine's a mine's a 5-day a week, 9 o'clock, 9:30 until 6 o'clock. So when you're up at 8 o'clock in the morning, 5 days a week, it makes it very tiring if you're at work after doing a show watch along or a stream like I'm doing tonight. So that's why I normally have Tuesdays off. So I can finish this in 35, 40 minutes, go to bed. I don't have to be up early, which is nice. So nice. Catch up on the sleep that I miss. So we're coming slowly back to Monday Night Raw. We've got Bayley with a reverse chin lock on Becky. Becky's sort of going back up to a vertical base. Right onto the midsection, then a boot from Bayley. So Tommy Dreamer's offered Mandy Rose to join Impact. Should be great there in Impact. I think she'd be a better fit in Impact than she would in AEW. AEW have obviously got a great solid women's division, which is more, I think, wrestling based. Impact do a lot more character work, I think, overall. And I think the Knockouts division would be a great fit for her. She could go in there as a surprise entrant in a match and then take the title straight away. That would really, really put some eyes onto Impact, which is what they want. They want as many people tuning in, whether it is for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and draw them in that way. But yeah, if she doesn't join Impact, I will be shocked. Should be a banger. Becky Bayley, yeah. It's been good so far. It's been a solid match. At the minute, we've got forearms traded. Bianca, Bayley, Bianca, then Bayley. No, wait, what am I saying Bianca for? It's not Bianca. It's Becky. Can you tell I'm tired? I'm getting slowly tired. So, Becky's got the upper hand. Bexploder suplex. Becky's going the evil glare on. Bayley pushed into the corner. Kick to the back of the neck of Bayley. Becky with a great sort of leg drop off the second rope. Goes for a pin. Gets a 1-2. Kick out. Both of them absolutely phenomenal in-ring performers. Great at both playing heels and baby faces. I mean, as baby faces go, I don't think anything was more over in NXT than the hugger gimmick. And Becky, when she obviously got the broken nose from Nia Jax in the lead up to Survivor Series, I got the broken nose. Turning into the man character was one of the biggest and most over gimmicks of that sort of year, 100%. And then obviously it built up to the WrestleMania match against Ronda. Absolutely again, one of the most over characters of the time. People were saying that she was as big as Austin, which, in terms of crowd reaction, I think was probably right. Bayley with a clothesline to the back of Becky's neck. Bayley was going for a belly to belly. Switch around. Reverse DDT from Becky. Becky's lost a lot of weight. She's skinning down, no offense. Have you noticed also Nikki Cross too worked out? Yeah. They're working out. They're turning themselves up. I don't think Becky has lost a lot of weight. I think she might have just again toned up a little bit after the baby. She was never the sort of biggest or anything like that. But I think it's just a lot more of turning on there. Becky on the second rope was going for a leg drop or a stomp to Bayley on the second rope. Becky's dragging Bayley in by the hair. Bayley to belly, Bayley to belly. 1, 2, kick out at 2. Yeah, I thought this was probably going to be a great match, so that's why I used it for the thumbnail for tonight. Both people in the thumbnail, but I had a little bit of artistic license and had Becky in full colour, Bayley in sort of black and white. Bayley looking for the rose plant. Becky reverses it, kicks out, gets out of it into a bit of a slam. I was going to be first back to the feet. So do I think we're going to get a bit of interference from Damage Control? Oh, great back elbow from Becky. Becky climbing up to the second rope, but Bayley with a forearm, stopping her in her tracks. Becky, very nice. Damn, just sort of like a over the top stunner. Very, very nice. Again, we're seeing moves that we haven't really seen on WWE for either a long while or at all. That was a very interesting counter from Becky. Becky stacked up by Bayley. Bayley gets both legs on the second rope, trying to get her a bit of leverage, but the referee stops it. There we go. There's Damage Control interference. Becky, baseball slide right to Bayley. She's bang in the middle of Dakota Kai and Io Sky, the women's tag team titles. She's just grabbed the monitor off the announce desk. So, referee has kicked out the women's tag team champions. So they're obviously kicked to the backstage. Dakota Kai was going on the ring apron. Becky with a forearm and then a few stomps to Dakota Kai. Bayley's on the monitor. Rose Plant, 1, 2, 3. Bayley wins. That was a very, very quick sort of turnaround on what was happening. So Dakota Kai was sort of taking a beat down. Referee was distracted with Dakota Kai in the ring. So Bayley decided to take advantage, grabbed the monitor, clocked Becky in the back of the head, and then the Rosebud planted Becky, got the pinfall. So let's end that poll. Becky Lynch, 83%. So only 17% of people got that one right, which is a shame because the interference was what ruined the match on there. So we've gone on another commercial break. We've got about half an hour left. We've got Sami Zayn. No, we haven't. We've got Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins going up against the Usos. Obviously going to be the main event. So that should be a great match. I'll get the banner ready for that now while I've got time. Usos versus Kevin. I'll get the poll ready as well. So yeah, we ain't got so long left, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, next week probably won't happen in terms of a proper live stream because it is just a compilation show from 2022. I may still pop on just to sort of say hello to everyone, wish them all sort of Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whichever you want. Just to sort of say hello, keep sort of letting people know what's happening. I think it's raining here at the minute. They are so Moorish. Basically, it's just milk chocolate, and then inside it's got a hazelnut cream, which is delicious. I could sit them all night. I'd get very fat, but I could sit and eat them all night. So we are slowly just going back to Monday Night Raw. We have got the WWE logo. So the Undertaker is doing more of his One Dead Man shows. Something I wish I could have gone to while it was in Cardiff, because he did 2 nights back to back. But I was working, couldn't get anywhere close to being able to watch any of that. So we're going a recap of earlier tonight, with Seth going a bit of a beatdown from the Usos, and then being saved technically by Kevin Owens. So, son, it's already ready for you, dude. We're just waiting for the match to sort of get underway because we've got none of them in the ring yet. We have got Seth backstage with Kevin Owens. Seth just sort of taping his hands up, ready. So Seth saying that they're a great team. Why don't the team together more often? And then Kevin Owens obviously reminded Seth that Seth tried to steal Kevin Owens' WrestleMania moment. So Kevin Owens saying tonight is after one. It is one thing, and it's beating the hell out of the Bloodline. So we are going the Usos music. So we're going the ones come down to the ring. So I don't think there's been a tag team since probably the New Day that has had such a dominant reign. And then before the New Day, it's been such a long while. So 519 days they've held the WWE Universal Undisputed Tag Team titles, which for a modern day reign is absolutely huge. Yep, I'm ready to pass on. It'll be popping up in a second, don't worry. So I don't quite like the Christmas graphics and the Christmas colours. I've got the red and the green stuff. I should have done that, shouldn't I? I should have changed my light poles on the side of the screen to green. Sort of give it a Christmassy effect. Yes, don't worry, Hassan, it'll be popping up shortly. So I like Christmas Eve. It's okay. I've never been the biggest Christmas fan. For years, it'd just always be myself because my dad would work away. So we had our Christmas a few days before, which obviously didn't make it feel as. It's not that it didn't make it feel as special. It was just by Christmas Day itself, I was past it. But I did sort of my Christmas Day for years used to be ironing and doing some washing and doing laundry. So for me, Christmas Eve isn't as big as it probably could be, but that doesn't bother me. It's not a holiday I live and die for. Up until 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't even put Christmas decorations up. I didn't see the point because it was only me there, so it didn't make sense. So we're on commercial break before the start of the main event. I'll put the poll in now. Get ready for it. There we go. That should be coming in any second. I'm going to update the banner as well. There we go. So we're still on commercial break, so it is taking its time. I don't know if there's something up with my signal nearby today because my stream does keep freezing. So finally, we're slowly getting back to Monday Night Raw. So Usos are in the ring. Do we think we'll see Solo involved in this match at all? To obviously put the numbers advantage in the Usos' favour. So we're gearing Kevin Owens come out first. Kevin Owens, I still think, is one of the best performers in the ring. Probably in the past 4 or 5 years in WWE. Every single thing he's done, pretty much, he's made it work. The Festival of Friendship stuff with Chris Jericho was brilliant. Storyline built so well. Then you've obviously had the stuff with the the Bloodline, Sami Zayn. And the way that he can just take any segment and pretty much get it over. Even the Elias and Ezekiel stuff, it was throwaway comedy, but he really made it work. And it was for a small segment, it was probably the most entertaining thing on WWE TV at the time. I'm going to pop one away for a little bit, give it a juice. So, crowd again chanting along to the entrance music. Oh, Seth using his jacket as a distraction technique, throwing it at Jimmy Uso. Is it Jimmy or Jay? Jimmy, yeah. Sort of giving them Seth and KO a little bit of an advantage. Sneak attack type. So I've got Seth and Jimmy in the ring. Oh no, it's Jay, sorry. But Seth with right hands. Big back elbow from Seth. And again, crowd singing along to Seth's music. There we go. Kevin Owens in the ring, prize fighter. Inverted atomic drop. And then a solid clothesline. Taking Jey Uso down. A little bit of a taunt to Jimmy on the outside. Solid right hand. Oh, an elbow as well, right across the bridge of the nose. On. So again, I mean, we've had, 2 minutes of action? Oh, we've gone to a commercial break already. Like I said, this is where there's a lot of frustration with WWE's booking and times and stuff like that. So there's not long left, guys. I will do my review after the finish of the main event, just because there could be something interesting happen before that, and I don't want to limit myself. Come on, let's get back to some action. I'm bored. We've got 8 minutes left. We've had 3 minutes of commercial breaks. So out of a 15 minutes since it's 20 minutes since the intro started. We're going to be getting 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes of action in total. So we've got Jimmy in the ring, and we've got Kevin Owens. Jimmy went for a splash in the corner, but face off the ring post, and then a DDT from Kevin Owens. Both teams look like they need to be tagged out. Refresh, get someone else in. Double hot tag. Seth clothesline. And again, Sling Blade. So Seth, big forearm in the corner to Jay, sorry. Backbreaker, very nice from Seth. 1, 2, kick out at 2.5. Seth directing the crowd again, getting them chanting. Seth was going for a stomp. Jay got out the way. Big right hand. In comes Jimmy, tagged in. So solid super kick from Seth. And Seth put on the apron. Forearm. Up to the top very quickly goes Seth. Very agile. Big crossbody, taking out both of the Usos. Tags to Kevin. Kevin Owens going up to the top. He's looking for a swanton. Or is it Froggy Splash? Frog Splash. 1, 2. Oh, very, very close to it being a 3 count. Kevin Owens again. Right to the top rope again. Oh, looking for a swanton. But Jimmy got the knees up into the back of Kevin Owens. So we didn't see it until sort of on the replay. Jay on the outside. We had Seth using the steel steps for a bit of elevation, but landed into a super kick from Jey Uso, taking Seth down. So Kevin Owens in the corner, using the ropes, dragging himself back up to his feet very slowly. A lot of the crowd are standing up, so yep, here comes Solo from the crowd. Enforcer is now at ringside, but Gallows and Anderson out of nowhere, taking out sort of Solo. Jey Uso flying over the top rope, taking out the OC. Seth off the ropes. Again himself, front flip over the top rope, taking out Jey Uso, taking out Solo Sikoa. And then Solo Sikoa off the ring post, stomped to Jey Uso on the outside. So we've got Jimmy Uso and Kevin Owens in the ring. Last 2 men standing. This is actually, even though we've only had sort of like 5-6 minutes of action, it's been great fun. Oh, and then we had Austin Theory using the title on Seth Rollins. Referee didn't see it. That would have been a disqualification finish. So Seth's laid out. Jimmy Uso, right hands on the top rope, trying to get Kevin Owens into a superplex. Kevin Owens fighting back, right hands to the midsection. And Kevin Owens runs into a super kick from Jimmy Uso. Rolled over, goes for a pin. 1, 2, kick out at 2. Kevin Owens gets the shoulder up. So Jimmy making his way to the ring apron, going up to the top rope. What's he looking for? looking for a stomp splash type thing. Kevin Owens kicked the midsection, was going for a stunner. And Jimmy went for a super kick. Kevin Owens blocked it, got a super kick of his own. Then looking for the pop-up powerbomb. Got it the second time around. Pin 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens got the win. So Seth and Kevin Owens pick up a victory against technically the Bloodline, but the Usos. Very good way to end the show for a change. Almost there though. So I'll end that poll. So 100% of people thought it would be Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, which very well done. So let's crack on with that review. No, wrong one. There we go. So review for the show tonight. It was a very solid show. It was a very enjoyable show, considering that there was only two or three matches announced beforehand. I was expecting more from Roman Reigns, in all honesty, especially after he appeared. Oh, we've got maybe not the review yet. Kevin Owens in the ring, sort of celebrating. Sami Zayn out of the crowd, slides into the ring with a grin on his face. Kevin Owens taking the tape off his hands. Sami Zayn jumping out of the ring now. So the honorary host, is that mind games? Is that distraction techniques? Very, very interesting into the show. Very, very teasing. So, yep, the match of the night for myself, I probably would have to give that to the ladder match. The ladder match itself was great fun. It was what you expected it to be. It was Miz being typical heel, but the outcome was a bit surprising with the return of Jonah, obviously Bronson Reed, now back in WWE, which was a big surprise. My segment of the night was the promo with with Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. Great back and forth. Great sort of words used. My performer of the night, I would probably go the Usos, because they did a lot of stuff tonight. There was back and forth in terms of backstage segments, then in the ring, and also having a match as well. So there was quite busy tonight. So I commend them for that. And then my overall rating for the show, I'd probably go that was a good 7 out of 10. It was a good show. 7.5. It could have been a lot worse, but there was a couple of segments which could have been a little bit better. But again, a very enjoyable show this week. With that, like I said, I am getting tired. I'm not going to stick around because I don't need to. Let's have a look. But yeah, I mean, thank you very much for joining myself. If you haven't already, do like the video, do share and subscribe to the channel. It does really help us out on the YouTube algorithm stuffs. You know what we mean when we say it. We do have the super chats available if you don't want to donate anything through them, or even our Patreon. We have got our shop available, which is in the description if you want any Gimme a Hull merch. Maybe you get money for Christmas off family members, so you can treat yourself to a Gimme a Hull shirt, baseball cap, teddy bear, whatever you want. Anything that you do buy, put it on, or take a photo of it, send it to us, and we'll tweet it out as well for you. Again, thank you very much for joining myself. We're going to have a Claymore countdown. So we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah!
Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Hull Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.